What's going on, good people? Man, welcome to episode 4. Man, we're 4 episodes in already and moving on and on and on till the break of dawn, all right?
Forward.
So, welcome to episode 4, the Country Boy Podcast presented by Unequaled Lifestyle. I'm your host. Here as always, Jimmy Lucas. Joining me to my left, the man, the myth, the one and only, the Country Boy. What'd you say, man? What's going on today?
Man, happy Friday out there to everybody. Hope y'all blessed, staying out of the heat. Looking forward to another good show, and as well as the upcoming shows that we got coming up for y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the podcast, and leave your comments. Don't be afraid to, tell us what you like, what you don't like, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for your feedback.
Yep, that we are. And we know we have been promising this relationship episode. We promise you we got you. It's coming. Sometimes things just happen is out of our control. So instead of sitting and stewing and whining and complaining about it, hey, we're just going to move on and move forward, right?
Correct.
All right, so look, check this out. Like I always like to do, here's the thought of the week. The thought of the week is by the Colin Powell. And Colin Powell says, a dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. All right, that's by Colin Powell. All right, what you got for us, Country Boy?
Okay, the post of the week coming from Shawanta Coleman. It said, wife sounds better than girlfriend, but single sounds better than stupid.
You got to say that again, man. You took me too fast on that, man.
Y'all listen, I'm going to slow this down because this kind of a preview of what we're going to talk about on the relationship show.
All right.
Shawana Coleman says, wife sounds better than girlfriend, but single sounds better than stupid. So,
yep.
Shout out to Shawana. I like that. Keep posting. We're going to keep bringing y'all solid thoughts on these posts of the week. I thought that was good. What you think about that one, Jim?
Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, that's
I like
pretty
that
good.
one. I like that one.
So, man, there's so many different ways we can go today. So many different topics. We have that ways that we can go. I want to talk about though dream killers.
Okay.
All right. And there are, as we go through, I'm pretty sure first, let me take care of some housekeeping. All right.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by M&M Tax Professionals, Tommy & Cole Long Haul Trucking, and again, the Inflatable Kings. All right. Summer road finishing up. You moving. All right. You trying to go across country, across state, whatever the case may be. All right. Hit up Tommy & Cole Long Haul. And when you get there, you're trying to do a family reunion, trying to set up a birthday party.
Space jumps and all that.
Back to school party for your little ones. All right, hit us up for some space jumps and all those type of things.
Yeah,
all right?
School starting back next week.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Summer's moving fast.
Happy.
Yeah. Some people grocery bill just went down.
For real.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I'd rather pay lunch prices at the school than have to go buy groceries every week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's dream killers, right? So, and like I was saying, you probably experienced this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk for you and say that I know for a fact you've experienced this, coming out of the corporate world, going into entrepreneurship. That you probably had a dream killer to some naysayers saying, no, that ain't gonna work. Yeah. What about insurance? Right? What about this? How you gonna pay this bill, that bill? How you gonna take care of your family? Am I wrong or right?
Absolutely correct. I had 6 or 7 or more dream killers, but people have to realize you're going to experience those on a daily basis.
Right.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things going to happen to you. Little adversity, and we're going to talk about that a little later. Adversity happens to you, and you retreat. A lot of people retreat instead of just, steadfast and just waiting it out. But definitely, you have all the reasons to run, and you find a couple of reasons, to stay around and persevere.
Exactly. And, we over the past 3 episodes, we talked a lot about, us on this side of it.
Correct.
Right? On the other side of it, like coming through the storm, coming through the valleys and all those type of things. But let's go back and let's teach a little bit, right? Let's talk to those that may be right now in that dilemma.
Correct.
All right. They hate going to their job, right? They so happy Friday here. Right?
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right? They say happy to see Friday. And yes, we're recording this on Friday, releasing it on Saturday.
Correct.
All right. So they're so happy right now Friday here. But the thing about it though, come Sunday night, about 6 o'clock. Oh man.
Man, favorite one, and that was almost the post of the week. Somebody was talking about Monday should be a part of the holiday.
Right.
Yeah, like because everybody that's like, man, the weekend shot by so fast. I mean, we all say that. We all say that because we want that extra day because we know we gotta go back, rinse, and repeat. But part of the process we're trying to do and inspire people to do is your Mondays can be like your Fridays. Your Tuesdays can be like your Fridays and your Saturdays. That's kind of what we're trying to lean people towards. Getting independent so you can use more of your time and not be locked in to having to report or go and clock in on a Monday if you choose to stay at home and still get your financial everything staying in order.
Right, and I don't want to not say that we're not saying quit your job.
No.
All right, don't go into your job Monday morning saying the country boy told me I need to quit.
Yeah, and I think
go out on
I think we tell people that every episode. If
right.
you ain't got nothing from what me and the social media preacher, Mr. Jim, is saying, we're saying just use the resources and the network that you are reaching at your job. And I want to say this too, Jim, even before you keep going. I'm amazed at some of the people that are working at their jobs and they're not making any network or social connection. Now, what do I mean by that, people? I'm saying you should be observing someone in a position that you want to be in. Hopefully, you're blessed enough to be working in a field that you want to take to the next level. Or you want to be observing, listening, talking to someone that's doing some of the things that you want to do to take it to the next level. The worst kind of worker is just a worker that's going to work to work. Mm-hmm. You're going to work. And I mean, if this shoe fitting you, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to do a reality check. You're going to pull that mirror out. If you're going to work, then you're mistakenly using your time. So you have no reason to complain. You have nothing to complain about. So that's another thing we're saying. Not only is Jimmy telling you guys, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying use your job to get to where you want to get to. Your job is not your end-all, be-all. That's what we're saying, so we're being clear. So even if you're hearing this for the first time and nobody's ever told you this, after you listen to this podcast, me and Jimmy are going to talk about some more points on this, start thinking to yourself, hey, how can I use this job to better me, to better my family, to open up my time? Start doing those things, and you're moving in the correct direction by starting to do that. And if you can't find those premises on that job, Jimmy, then it may be time to just you can go lateral or do what you need to do. At least be in the field that you want to aspire to be in, so you can get to gain those resources.
Exactly, right. And as you was talking about, I just thought a point came to me about using your job as a vehicle.
Correct.
Right. You're supposed to use that job that you have, that 9 to 5 that you have. Use it to take you to your final destination. All right, you have to again, mindset, right? I probably talk about mindset every single episode we do from here on out because your mindset is so important, right? You have to flip your mindset to like, no, this is not all that I have, right? This piece of job is not who I am, it's not what I am, it's not my life. Mm-hmm. This job or that job that you're on is the vehicle to get you to your final destination, right?
Yes, use it.
Right. So to your point, breaking that down even further. Right? If you sit at a computer all day, open you up a little Word document on the side and just type your life notes. Yeah. Right? And boom, you got the start of a book.
Big difference.
All right?
Yeah.
You don't have to write a book by saying, okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then start, okay, introduction, and then write that. And then chapter 1 and write that. No, all you do is just start writing. All right, and a good editor.
That's a good point.
Right, a good editor will put it in chapter form.
Correct.
All right,
for you.
After
reading through all of everything, all the information that you have, they will arrange it for you.
Exactly. So if it's on your heart to write a book, if you good at fried chicken and making sweet potato pies, then write those recipes
down. That's a recipe book.
That's a recipe
they got
book.
Paula Dean and all these people. They do it all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Exactly. That's how you start your recipe book, right? While you sitting at your desk. Instead of thumbing through TikTok and looking at reels on IG, start writing down those recipes. Start writing down your life, the things that you've been through in life. If you have a story, all right, if you're a woman out there and you have a story of things that you've been through coming up in your life, that you've overcome issues in your life that most will find it difficult to overcome, then that's a self-help book that you can pass down to the next generation to someone else that may be going through that right now in order to help them get out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
This is my last episode. I'm going to leave my bail. I keep forgetting my bail because you just gave out 3 or 4 different ways to start what some people would call a dream of saying that you can't make it. You can't write a book, or you're a good cook and you're not using what you know to better yourself, because a recipe book is a hell of a way to get to breakthrough. And you also gave me some information because I didn't know from your expertise of writing a book that if you do write everything out and you let someone else put it in chapter form for you,
right, exactly.
all of that is great information. Because it may be somebody out there saying, hey, because I know me listening to you, there's some people out there that's saying, hey, I don't know how to start my book. I don't know where to transition to in my book. I don't know how to end my story to make my story as good. So what Jimmy is saying to you guys, just write down the information and you will get somebody else that can put it into that form for you and let them do that part. But you have to take the initiative to start that process. That's great information, Jimmy. I hope someone takes advantage of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And right. And you know, that's with anything. Like, even if you don't want to write a book, but you like baking, right? Baking's your thing. Hey, holiday season coming up, right?
Correct.
Say, hey,
absolutely.
You in the break room, right? You out in the hallway. You know, you hear people talking about family. They're going to this family reunion. They about to do Thanksgiving dinner and all this stuff. Start planting those seeds. Hey, if y'all need a sweet potato pie, let me know. I can make it, right?
Correct.
Or make a couple sweet potato pies. Go set them out in the break room for free.
That's right. Let them sample a piece. You might have to cook 3, 4, 5 of them, but I mean, let them sample it and say, hey, I can make you your own. Guess what? Just like Jim is saying, you have created a business.
Right, just like that.
You have created your own business just that fast by going. But you know what most people gonna say, Jim? I don't want to cook 6, 7, 8 pies for nothing.
Right.
But they'll take that same funds and give it to DirecTV or Xfinity or any other company for a bill, when you can take those resources and right there you can start your own business.
Right, exactly.
Right there in Walmart, that same $1 billion Walmart that we talk about all the time.
Right.
You could be in the break. You know how many employees at Walmart? See, now you got my head running, Jim. I'm starting to do numbers. How many employees you got in there? I think alone.
Yeah.
I'm just doing numbers in my head. Alone, it has to be 300 to 500 employees.
Oh, yeah,
easy, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna just say those pies we can retail those pies for just $10.
Right.
So we're talking about $3,000. Period.
Right.
If you could do 50 pies, let me go low, because I know I dream high, because I want everybody to shoot for the stars, and if you fall short, cool.
Right.
If you just make you 30 pies a week, you got 30 customers out of 500, because again, like me and Jimmy talked about, you're going to have 20 to 50 of them that's just going to say, oh man, Jimmy can't cook.
Right, right.
But so you could just take them off. So we're just going to say 30 pies. That's an extra $300 a week that you're making in addition to your check.
Doing what you already love to do.
What you love to do.
No effort.
I need my bill again. Ding. They go, hey, that's entrepreneurship number 4
right.
that we just gave y'all, being in the break room. And then guess what, people? Because I know somebody saying, well, if we're at Walmart, we can't be selling pies like that. Nobody said you had to bring the pies in the store.
Right.
Now you can find out where I stay, or we can have a mutual meeting place. There's ways to do everything. I could start my taste testing in Walmart and migrate that to outside ventures.
Exactly. You're right. Like, and I'll give you an example. Every Thanksgiving, I like to do the nonprofit Salvation Calvary. We like to do a turkey giveaway. All right, where we give away turkeys, or we give away turkey dinners to families in need. Okay.
Correct.
So about 2-3 years ago, when I first started, I went to a grocery store in the hood, all right, in the hood in Jackson, and thought I was doing the right thing. Went inside, talked to the store manager. Was like, hey, a brother, of course.
Okay.
Right. Was like, hey, I have I had 20 turkeys out here. I just want to, come in and when I see a family buying a turkey, I want to just give them one
instead of them.
Okay. Oh no, we can't have you in here doing that. We can't have. I'm like, man, I'm not asking you for anything, but allow me to give a family a free turkey. Right. That's it. That's all I'm asking is the platform in your store to bring publicity to your store, to you as a manager. Right. Again, I'm not taking anything away from you. I'm trying to add value to your store, right? To you as a manager. All right.
Right.
And I was like, you can even pick out 10 employees, and we'll give 10 to your employees. right? Just to sweeten the deal.
Just to sweeten the deal. Just to push them to try to get to you can get to your destination.
Exactly. Because I had all these turkeys I had to get rid of. So
Correct.
I was like, okay, I'm giving them away anyway. Why not allow the employees to get some? He's like, nope, we can't do it. So I said, all right, bet, cool. So I just went and sat in the parking lot next to the store. And as they came out the store, I replaced. As I saw families going in, I was like, hey, y'all getting ready for Thanksgiving? They was like, yeah. I was like, here, I got a turkey for you. Then, of course, a black man walking up to people, they kind of like, clutching the purse and all scared. But it was cool. That comes with the territory.
With the time we in. So
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I could have been discouraged, right? So just to your point, the those that you say, oh man, he can't cook, he can't make no pies. So
right.
I could have took what the manager said, went back to the crib, and then had 40 turkeys sitting in the car.
And that's 40 less families that could have got a blessing that was put on your heart. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So again, you make a way out of no way. All right. If it's something that you want bad enough, Eric Thomas say all the time that when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you don't allow anything to
when
get
you want it. And on the spiritual level, God will show you favor. He will make a way. So where that grocery guy said no, and anybody else, Jimmy, they might have ran them off the parking lot, but through God's grace and mercy, sounds like you wasn't bothered.
Right.
So you didn't have an issue. Nobody called the police, say some weird black guy out here approaching me about giving turkeys. Don't eat them. Is it open? All the kind of stuff. So when you're doing the right thing, right gonna come to you.
Right. Exactly. And so again, right, dream killers. Right. So the other side to that coin is the dark side of it. Right. Dark side of it is when you tell your big dreams to small-minded people.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna slow down. All right. Stop telling your big dreams to small-minded people. All right, you're going to your homies, you're going to your girls, you're going to your mama, right, to your sister, and to all these people you think is part of your close circle, and saying, hey, I want to start selling sweet potato pies. And the first thing they say is, oh, then ain't nobody going to buy your pie.
Nah, man, they buy patty pies. They ain't going to buy your pie.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't no celebrity.
Right.
I'm telling you, I mean, I can hear it now. Yeah.
Right. What makes you think they're going to buy one of your pies?
Pies, correct.
Exactly,
correct.
Right? So
correct.
then what happens, right? Then you just go back into
you
that
got
shell.
some of the best pie that we ever tasted, but we'll never get a chance to taste it or anything because you let somebody else talk you out of your dream.
Yep. So we saying here today, take a chance on life. All right?
On yourself.
You already know what life is like without doing that thing. All right? You already know. You already have the results of that every single day right in front of you.
And to definitely nail that home, as crazy as it sounds to people, I say this all the time. Just look around at the people you're around.
Right.
Just look at the people in your circle. You have results of people who have worked. So what me and Jimmy are talking about, and we keep harping on, is not like there's not results to show what happens when you work 40 years at a job and just retire. There's already examples around you, whether it's your family, friends, circle, network of people who decided not to take a chance on themselves and just play it safe because that's just what they wanted to do. You have all of these examples around you. God put those people in your life for all kind of reasons. We always talk about, family and friends and this and that. Hey, listen, all of that's good. But every friend that I have, or every family member, every associate, network person, they all bring a value. I learned something from all of them. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be perfect, Jimmy, because I don't want people to understand that. We're not saying somebody's less than or less perfect. The point is that you should be learning something from everyone that's around you, good and bad.
Especially the bad.
Good and bad.
Right.
Good and bad. But to your point, I can't tell you about I want to open up a branch of anything if your first reaction going to be, how you going to compete with somebody?
Right.
Where you going to get the money from?
Right. Insurance.
See, when you get people around you in that era, just politely curve. Everybody talking about curving. Politely curve yourself, your idea, and your spirit and your spunk to another direction.
Right, and to be frank and honest, get the insurance bucket out. The biggest issue is that some of y'all talk too much. Oh man, I'm about to do this.
True.
Oh, I'm about to go get this.
True.
Oh, I'm about to head over here.
True.
I'm about to do this. So people are so tired of you talking about what you about to do that of course they have that attitude like, oh, here we go again.
And in their head, Jimmy, they saying, oh Lord. That's what the person is saying to you when you're really. Let me dive back a little bit and go into a personal mode for a second.
Okay.
There is nothing worse it's a couple things probably worse. But to me, there's nothing worse than you pouring your energy out and speaking your dreams and speaking your spirits, and to get a receptive answer of nothing.
Nothing. Right.
I give you all of this. I'm giving you vulnerable parts of me and what I'm feeling and what I want to do. And in return, you give me nothing.
Right.
So what we're saying is just don't say nothing.
Right.
Just don't talk. If you know that person negative and say, well, Jimmy, you can't open the gym or you can't open the studio, how you going to do it? How you going to compete with Planet Fitness? How you going to compete with these other places? Easy. I offer something that they don't. And to everyone that's out there saying, well, in whatever endeavor you want, because I want to make sure I put this out on the tape, because I love to give examples. One of the first things my mentor would say, when I ask a question, he sends me to the Bible, give me a scripture, he don't answer. Well, when I'm delivering or I'm speaking, talking to kids, you guys, whoever you, Jimmy, I like to give examples. I can go in any city that you point out. There's 15 liquor stores. Mm-hmm. Nobody's bankrupt. Mm-hmm. There's about 7-8 grocery stores. Yeah, Walmart is the giant.
Right.
But you think Kroger hurting? No, y'all think Save-A-Lot's hurting? You think Piggly Wiggly's hurting? You think McDade is hurting? So the point is that there's room for everybody.
Yep.
How is it there's 18 to 20 liquor stores and all of them are profitable?
Right.
So that tells me, Jimmy, if you sell hats, hell, I can sell hats too.
Exactly right.
So I don't like when people, like I said, because I'm gonna tell y'all something else. It's very hard for a person, man or woman, to express their dreams.
Yep.
It's very hard to talk to someone about what you want to do, because essentially you're saying you're falling short and you've taken a step in the right direction because you're looking in the mirror saying I want more.
Right. Right.
You know, that's hard, Jim.
It is.
I think that's why when people listen to us, they be like, well, no, it ain't easy as they say. Yes, it is. Jimmy just gave y'all the nugget gem. We really could have shut the show down in 10 minutes because he gave y'all something that, hell, I didn't know. Right. Now you got me thinking about writing down what I went through in my life.
Right.
Just my own personal experiences, which is, guess what, people? There ain't nothing you got to study for. You ain't got to call nobody. You ain't got to run outside and talk to nobody. All you got to do is take a minute, sit down, get a pen and a piece of paper, or like Jimmy said, you can even open up your laptop or open up your desktop at work and just type. Right. You're typing about you.
Right, that's it. Tell your story.
Tell your story. and you never know where you can go telling your story.
Right, right.
Seriously.
Right, and you know what it all comes back to, man? That term that you and I have probably been talking about for 2-3 years now. Generational curse.
Curse. I mean, that word curse itself, just take a moment and listen to that word, curse.
Right.
Does that sound good?
Nothing.
Curse.
Right.
Even if you didn't know what a curse was, that don't sound good.
Right.
And it's generational. And people need to understand generational just don't mean your kids. We talking about all the way back to the slavery days, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
We talking about real life curses.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, and Jimmy, that's one thing. That's one regret I got in life. I don't have a lot of them. That we didn't record that men's conference.
Right. Right. Yep.
That needed to be broadcasted and heard.
Yep.
Because the messages that the men at that conference were delivering were not only breathtaking, they were reality. Right. Reality that people could live with every single day.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I hate that we missed that opportunity, because those are the certain. That's exactly where we at today.
Right.
Curses, generational.
Yep.
Generational.
And it comes from, like you said, back in slavery days, right? When they had some slaves in the house and others out in the yard, right? So from the beginning, we've been put head-butting against each other.
Correct.
Right? What's the term? Oh, he a house.
Yeah.
Right.
He a house.
He a
Ian.
house.
I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all get it.
Right. He a house, right? And so now, fast forward now, is that even when I am trying to give away free workouts, right?
Correct.
Free personal training workouts, I'm trying to give them away, right? I'm trying to take every excuse you have, right? Time, kids, money. I'm trying to take all that off the table and give you free. And yet and still, I guarantee you somebody out there saying, oh, he think he better than me.
Absolutely.
Oh, he think he better than us.
Absolutely, because it's that curse inside that's got you built to be negative.
Right. Oh, I'm not going to support that. Who we think he is.
We think he is.
Right?
Correct.
Versus being like, hey, y'all, hey, look, I don't need to work out, but hey, is this guy that's giving away free workouts? Y'all may need to want to go, contact him.
Correct.
Right.
I would even venture even further, Jimmy.
Uh-huh.
They could come work out with you. Bring their kids. Even those who got bad kids, because some of you got them. And when I say bad, I mean they run around, want to be everywhere. But anyway, you getting your workout out.
Right.
He's agreed to work with your financial situation. He's going to work around your schedule, and he's going to give you the workout you want. All he asking in return is don't come in here trying to take no pictures. Just come in here to work.
Coming to work.
Now, with that being said, the next level of that is, Jimmy, you'll give them everything they're asking for, and you know what they'll do. They'll go home and don't say nothing.
Right.
Because they're scared to tell the next person, hey, listen, I don't know what y'all doing. I understand y'all going here and here and here. But I got a guy, Jimmy Lucas, over here on Lakeland Drive.
Right.
That, hey, he getting it in, and it's the right way. Right. See, that's the next level of networking.
Right.
Getting that word of mouth out.
Right.
People actually promoting your product.
Right.
That's the next level of what we're talking about.
Right. And gonna write something down. Where it come from, though, is people are so afraid of, and I'm not saying everyone, I'm saying some, are so afraid of saying that they got a handout. Right? I give you an example, right? Mm-hmm. I post motivational things on my page on social media every single day.
Okay.
Right? And I stopped for like a week. And within that week's time, I got a phone call. Somebody was like, hey, not a phone call. Somebody inboxed me.
Okay.
Right? And social media, Messenger. And it was like, I'm just checking on you, making sure you're okay. I haven't seen you post lately. Right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm just taking a break. Because, me, it was like 3 people liking here, 4
That's
people
right.
liking here, 8 people liking here. So I'm like, wasting my time, right? I could be using that time in other areas. And this person was like, please don't stop because your message is what's keeping me alive every day. Right? So my point in saying that is that people won't take something for free because they don't want other people to know that they're getting a handout.
That is ridiculous.
Right? They rather do without than somebody finding out that they're getting it for free or at a reduced price.
That is ridiculous.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But
you know what? To your point, even with my toy drive last year, I had to make sure that I let people know this is, and it's a shame, but this is the truth. I had to let people know this is not a handout. This is not saying I'm better.
Right.
What this is giving back to where I came from.
Exactly.
What it's about is, I don't care if you bought your kids 100 toys.
Right.
Come get 2 more.
Right.
And like you say, the mentality of people, well, I'm not finna pull up and he think I need his gifts. It really wasn't about you. It's about the kids. Exactly. It was a gift to the kids. So you're exactly right on that. And how we begin to fix that, Jimmy, man, listen, that's a battle been going on for thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Right.
I mean, man, it's just amazing that mentality still exists.
Right. But the thing that I don't understand, though, is that M&M tax professionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone call H&R Block, and H&R Block be like, okay, yeah, that'd be $350, right?
Correct.
They call you and be like, hey, country boy, hey, H&R trying to charge me $350. Can you give me a hookup?
Correct.
They'll take a hookup in a heartbeat.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Hook me up, man. I need you to hook me up on this, right?
Yeah.
People love a hookup, right?
Yeah.
But it go back to dream killers, right? They go back to that generational curse. Is that they rather, if you be like, nah, my prices are my prices. Like my family got to eat too, but I'm gonna give you better service than H&R Block, and I'm gonna give you a relationship, not just a service.
And like you said, they go to mentality because I'm gonna take that step be further. I've had people to call H&R Block and they tell them $360. I had people call Jackson here and they say $350.
Right.
They'll call me, I'll say $250.
Right.
Guess what they gonna say? You wouldn't believe what they gonna say, Jimmy. Just take a guess.
Too much.
Can you do it for $200?
Right. It's too much.
And I'm saying, listen, I'm being for real, and I'm saying to myself,
right?
Are they for real? I mean, it's just like I said, it's the mentality thinking. If I'm telling you $250 and you're gonna get the same service, why would you even ask me to do it for $200? And you done call people that done told you $360 and $350 and $370.
Right.
What again? Where does the mentality come from? Well, you know what? I don't want to put any extra money in Dante's pocket.
Exactly.
I don't want to put any extra money in Jimmy's pocket.
Right.
Because now I'm going to start looking at Jimmy saying to myself, well, I'm helping him live.
Right.
But you're taking that same money and you're giving it to people who you don't even know.
Don't even know.
Do anybody know the Walton? Do anybody know the person that owns Popeye?
No.
Okay.
Don't even know.
I'm going to give you an example. As an entrepreneur, especially black men, I'm speaking about me and Jimmy. There are certain mistakes we can't afford to make. If we make those certain mistakes, we not only lose customers, but we maybe can lose our business because we can't make the mistakes. The owner of Popeyes can come out right now, and I'm always dropping names because I want to be specific on what I'm saying. They could come out right now and say they're against, just say, I'm just using an example, black people are not their target audience.
Right.
See, that's a general statement, no racism, no nothing. You guys still gonna buy chicken.
Yep. Twice on Sunday.
They gonna buy chicken. Hey, let me get that 2-piece spice with red beans. You still gonna buy chicken.
Right.
As opposed to Jimmy. If you guys get a whiff of Jimmy in any kind of way, doing anything appropriate at his gym or any type of false advertising, you gonna run and tell the world about it.
Right.
But you won't tell them about that good service that you get.
Right.
Those are the part of the curses that people don't understand. It exists every day.
Right.
So we got to start breaking it. And one way we're trying to break it, we're trying to eliminate people around you that's killing your dreams.
Yep.
Eliminate your circle. And again, you got to ask yourself, do you want to be popular with people who can't help you get to where you want to get?
Right.
Or would you rather be a stranger learning new information with people who are legitimately interested in seeing you be a better you? Right. Everybody always give you a good metaphor. Everybody always talking about what you bring to the table. Mm-hmm. All right, what you bring to the table. Imagine if I told somebody, if you eliminate the table that you at, the whole damn table,
right, and
go sit at this table where you're a stranger at, and them people gonna care and nurture you and put you in where you want to be, right, wouldn't you leave that other table?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's the easy part. People, right, sometimes you got to eliminate the table before you know what's coming around the corner.
Right.
And most people won't do that.
Right.
They won't do that. Then you worried about what people say. This is one thing another thing I've learned from being on this earth 43 years. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it.
Right.
I don't care if you do everything the right way. You still gonna be talked about.
Yep. Still.
No way, Jimmy. Jimmy, you can run the cleanest gym. You got the best equipment, right, the best music, the best everything. Somebody's going to find something, yep, to talk about. So with that being said, I'm saying to all of you guys out there, go. Move in the right direction. Pursue those dreams and don't let people kill your dreams for no reason.
Exactly.
No reason.
Exactly.
A whole group of people doing nothing.
Right.
They happy.
They happy.
They happy. If it's a group of people doing nothing, they happy.
Right.
And I always go back to the family reunion cliche or the family barbecue cliche. There's always one or two in that family, Jimmy. When they pull up, yep, they're going to have a better car than, yep, the rest of the family. They're going to have a little bit more money. Yep. They're going to stay far off. Yep. They ain't going to stay right on the rest of the family. First thing when they pull up, they're going to say, there they go.
There they go. Yep. They keep building.
They keep building.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like you say, it's a curse though. It's a right, mentality thing, man. It's a mentality thing.
Right.
Mentality.
Right. You know, generational curse, and what we mean by that, like it's been passed down, right? And sometimes unconsciously, right? No, my grandma didn't. My big mama didn't sit me down and say, here's how the world works, right? Mm-hmm. My grandma didn't sit me down and say, you have to follow in my footsteps. Work 30 years at General Motors, right? She didn't tell me that, right? But what it is that I saw her doing, or my mother saw her mother doing it, mm-hmm, right? So she figured, okay, well, only way for me then is to go work 20 years somewhere.
Well, let me do this, Jim. Let me ask you a question while we're on this subject. And I know this gonna hit home for a lot of people. Because I want to ask you, how do you go about looking around in your family, saying you want more, basically saying that a lot of the things you guys taught me was wrong? Right. Because as adult men, I don't know about you, but now that I know some of the things I know, I can honestly say some of the things that I was taught was wrong. I'm talking about dead wrong. I'm talking about set you back 5, 10, 15 years. Right. Okay? Right. How do you go about, because I know somebody's saying this, mm-hmm, who's listening to us, riding in their car or at home. Right. How do you go about looking around to your family and telling them that, hey, no, that's wrong, or wanting more, which is essentially saying that they're not enough? How do you go about that process?
I look forward instead of backwards.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when a family member say to you, "Well, now Jimmy, you shouldn't have your own studio. You should put that time into this," or "Jimmy, you should do this," or "You should stay here." Jimmy, why you moved to Washington? Why did you stay here? How do you respond to them without putting what they doing down? When they say, "Jimmy, you too good to stay around here," your response is,
"I cut them off." And this is experience. I'm not just capping.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no cap. This is the no cap zone.
Right.
Okay.
Before I left and went to East Coast.
Okay.
Right. For 4 years. Right. 4 or 5 years. Right.
Okay.
Before I left and did that, people were saying the same thing. Right. Why are you doing that? Why are you leaving Mississippi?
See.
Right.
Why I didn't even know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Why you doing? And I'm not talking about just Joe Blow from the air base.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm talking about
I'm talking about
blood.
Inner. Right?
That's right. Your blood.
Right. I'm talking about some people on the close inner. Right. People that can reach out and touch me anytime they need to or want to. Right. My response, it was like, look, like, no disrespect, but that's your life. Right. That's what worked for you in your life. Right. But for me and my life and mine, I want something different. And this is the path that I feel like I have to take right now to be different. Right. I had a great job at the time with the county.
Okay.
Right? Phenomenal job with the county and with the city of Jackson, right?
Okay.
And the thing was, how can you walk away from that? You got a good job. You got a good job, right?
Yeah.
How you gonna walk away from that, from benefits, to do something unknown, right? But I looked at it like this: the job that I had with Hines County, the position I was at, somebody had to die, right, or retire after 40, because nobody from the city and the county ever retired.
No, at that point, the benefits and the pay and their job is easy. Why would you go in?
Right.
Yeah.
So I had no upward mobility, but I wanted more for my life because I wanted more for my kids' life.
So did you face resentment from your family?
Oh yeah, and that's what I mean by cut off part. Like I was like, look, no disrespect, and I ain't trying to be funny, but I got to stop talking to you. Right, I gotta stop communicating with you if every time we talk you're gonna give negative vibes, right?
Correct.
Like I'm already going through it, dealing with relationship, dealing with moving, dealing with leaving my kids, dealing with
child. Correct.
What I'm saying? I'm already dealing with stuff. Then here you come, people that's supposed to be my biggest supporters, dumping on it.
Now and look again. I want to go even deeper with that. So now. When that happens, do you go back and look at what was the friendship really about, or what was the family really promoting? Does that make you look at things different?
What it makes me do is understand that they don't know what they don't know, or they only know what they know.
I like that better.
Right.
I like that better.
They only know what they know. They only know that you have to stay in one job for 20 years in order to pay the bill and have insurance. That's all they know. So on the other side of it, after I sat back, thought about it, I was like, they not trying to hurt me. That's all they know.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's a good point.
That's all
I think you should repeat that.
Right.
Yeah. Say that again. This is for the you guys that your family, friends, people are resenting how you're living, what you're pursuing, what you want to do now. Jimmy, go back to that point again. I think that's huge.
Right. So what you have to understand in that and doing and them saying that and them giving you that type of vibe and energy, it's not because they don't believe in you or your dreams. It's because they never had the opportunity to dream.
That'll preach.
Right?
That'll preach.
They never had the opportunity to step out on faith.
Absolutely. And to give it, like I said, to give an example, if you grew up in a house where kids are allowed to stay with their mom or dad until they're 30.
Right.
You may think that it's okay for your children to stay with you until they're 30.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because that's what happens. Well, I'm sitting here telling you my kids can't stay with me unless they're in school. They can't even stay with me if they got a job.
Right.
And I want to be firm on this. This is not tradition in my family.
Right.
So let me just say this. If my kids are not in college, in school, they can't stay with me past 18.
Right.
I want to be clear on that. I'm not saying, okay, let's say, I'll give you an example. My son could get a job after 18. He's the manager at, say, Matt Gray's making $56,000 a year.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
You got a certain amount of time. You got to get the hell out of here.
Right.
You can't stay here.
Right.
Now, if you further in your education and pursuing your goals, that's different, Jimmy.
Right.
That's a thing. What I mean by a curse, things as simple as that you know, are a part. That's why I want you to go to a little deeper into that, because that's a problem that not only I and you face, but people are facing that's listening to us.
Right.
The resentment from the family, how to deal with it.
Right.
And that's why I said I hate we didn't broadcast that, because I tell people all the time, the people I call family, the people that I love, are the people who show me love back.
Exactly.
It's not we related and that's my cousin.
Exactly.
I know a bunch of damn cousins y'all need to get away from.
Right.
I know a bunch of brothers and sisters y'all need to get the hell away from.
Right.
And in some cases, knock on wood, it could be mom and dad that you need to get away from.
Right.
But it's a way to evaluate all this so you don't fall into that same curse that you see. You know, because that's what usually happens. We are visual people. We're humans.
Right.
We see certain things and we think that it's okay.
Right.
But come to find out, a lot of that crap, man, y'all can go ahead. And I know a lot of parents out there, they're going to disagree with me, because I've had these arguments, these points with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When I done tell you, they 18, you can't just put them out. Yes, I can.
Right.
Because the standard that I'm going to set is, if you're in college, I got you.
Right.
If you want to further your degree, I got you.
Right.
If you want to get your master's, I got you.
Right.
If you want to get your doctorate of masters of whatever, I got you.
Right.
If you want to go work a job, you got about 3 to 6 months. Your ass got to get up out of here.
Yep.
Now, that's just me.
Right. Right.
Because I'm not going to settle and allow curses that I know exist in not only the black community, in this world. I won't let them set up and fester.
Right.
I refuse that.
Right. And then to go deeper in your point, that's why we became entrepreneurs. Right?
Yes.
I became an entrepreneur, so to leave something, right, an inheritance for your children's children.
Correct.
All right. I decided to step out on faith. I decided to chase my gifts to create a place to where my kids can come and call their own, where they can eat off of it.
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to sometimes truly understand what your why is.
Yes.
All right. You may have heard us mention this before. Like, what's your why?
Yes.
All right. And your why has to be greater than your now.
Yes. Because your why shouldn't be you.
Exactly.
Your why can never be you.
Right.
If your why is you,
Right.
you in trouble.
Right.
Your why
Yeah.
is your why can't be you for so many levels. But let me just start on the base top. Just yourself in this. What can you change?
Right.
And that's a lot of people don't understand. You're doing what you're doing not to change you, but
Right.
to change lives around you. Let me say that again.
Right,
You
right,
work
exactly.
hard. You want to, even the people that want to be rich. Okay, you crave money.
Right.
You should be craving it
Right.
to do stuff for your family and the people that you love. I'm not even going to say family. Let me stop saying that. The people that you love and you care about, Jimmy. It should not be a situation, I want to be rich, Jimmy, because I want to build me a house.
Right.
No. That's not your why.
Right. No, that's not your why.
No,
Right.
that's not your why. So
No,
yeah,
that's not your
all those curses that we're talking about, they're simple, but they're in the home. They're in homes that you live in. They're in relationships. I'm on Facebook. I'm on social media, just like the next
Right.
person, and I see people venting about things in their circle all the time.
Right. And so speaking of circle, right, I heard this thing called the 150, 50, 25, 10, and 5.
Okay.
All right. And they say, like, in a person's contact list, right, on your phone, right,
Mhm.
they have an average of about 150 people.
Yeah.
Right. Easy. Right.
Yeah, easy.
In your contact list,
Easy.
right.
Mhm.
And they say 50 of those people, you, in some form or fashion, you have some type of communication with on a monthly basis.
Okay.
All right. Check this out, right. 25 of those on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Okay, 10 of those on a daily basis, some form or fashion, whether they cross your mind, whether you shoot them a text, whether you talk to them by phone, right?
Mhm.
Some way, 10 people daily out of your context cross your mind, right?
That's true.
But there's
I can see
only
that.
5 people in your phone book that at any given time you can reach out to, and they will be. You and I don't talk every day.
No, not every day.
Right? We probably maybe only talk once a week. when
Once
we get ready
or
to do
twice,
this.
yeah,
Right,
once or twice a week, yeah.
right?
Or when we hoop, yeah,
Right.
three probably 3 times
Right.
at the most,
Right.
Yeah.
A
But
week.
that's
But the thing about
yeah.
that though is that, right, like if because of who you are, right, and because of who you know that I am to be, you know that any given time and any given moment you can pick up the phone, shoot me a text, and ask for something, and I got it, you got it.
And that's better to me. What you just described, that's
Exactly.
better to me than somebody I'm talking to every day not getting nothing out of it.
Nothing.
You know, if I
Right.
well, put it this way, when I see Jimmy Lucas' name come up on my phone, I know it's something we're trying to do.
Right.
I don't care if you say, hey, man, we finna build a plane to go to the moon. I know it's something that's going up, which I'm going to answer as opposed to answering Joe Blow's phone call or text every day and ain't talking about nothing.
Nothing.
He ain't talking about nothing. You don't have to talk to a person every day in order to be friends. Because, like I said, you just made a great point. Me and you talked twice. It's hooping.
Right.
Finances, money. Hey man, let's do this. Let's put this together.
Community.
We're always moving forward.
Right.
It's never, hey man, how you doing? What you do today?
Right.
Right. Is your girl home?
Right.
Oh, we never had one of them type of conversations. See, them the kind of conversations I'm talking about. You're not getting nothing out of it.
Right, man. I'm short.
Yeah, none of that. No, it's always business. So yeah, that's a great point. Five people.
Right?
Yeah.
So find your five, right? Like Michigan, right? Your Fab Five.
Correct.
Right. Find your Jalen Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Find your Chris Webber.
Right.
Find your Fab Five and link like what they
like
say,
glue.
white on rice.
Yeah.
Right?
Moth to a flame.
Yeah,
white on rice. Correct.
But the thing about it though is don't be an energy drainer.
That's right.
All right, that's the key.
That's right.
All right, don't be an energy drainer. Instead, add value.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to your point, when we talk, we trying to add value to each other.
To whatever we're doing, or whatever we got going on in life. And the thing about it, it's not always about me. Like I'll call you on something that may enhance you, or you may call me something that you're not always. And I know this point gonna go across a lot of people here. It's not about you all the time.
Nope.
It's not about you. When you're truly giving good energy.
Slow down on that.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, because listen, it's not about.
Some people didn't click off.
Yeah, it's not about you all the time.
Right.
It's not about your energy. It's the energy that you're giving to somebody else. If you're only calling a person because it's about you, that's not the five Jimmy talking about.
Nope.
It should be giving and receiving energy. And guess what? To your point, that might not be but once or twice a week, but man, it's gonna sustain you.
Right.
It's gonna sustain you as opposed to talking to somebody every day. Girl, did you watch the show?
Right.
Did you do this, do that? Man, I think that's been one of my biggest growth problems, Jimmy. I don't know nobody I can say right now that I get on the phone with and just gossip.
Right.
I don't really have nobody in my circle. Everybody I talk to we're talking about something that matters, substance.
Right.
It's the Bible, it's life. Hey man, what you think about this? Right. Hey man, you got a minute to talk, you got a minute to listen.
Right.
And sometimes that's another key point. Just listen.
Right. And this is how you know. All right, I'm gonna give you two nuggets on how you know if that person should be in your five or not. Right.
Okay.
Number one, if somebody calls you and you look at your phone and you do this. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's umbilical cord.
Past them.
Right.
Cut. Yeah.
If you had to do that and shake, close your eyes, shake your head, right?
Yeah.
That's the second point is that if you look at your phone and see and you do this, I'm gonna have to hit them right back when I get the energy for it.
Yeah,
right?
that's the same thing. Yeah, that's bad too.
Right.
That's all them,
right.
both of them bad.
When I call them back when I'm at the house, right, or something like that, right? Those five people should be like anytime you see their name come across, unless you know what I'm saying, you doing something like you in court. I mean, you just cannot answer the phone.
That's right.
But even with that though, it should be like, hey man, my bad. I was
just
chopping it up with my old lady. Right?
I'm in a meeting.
I'm in a meeting.
Back.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But anything outside of that, the umbilical cord.
Because you gotta know the people that you're talking about that's bringing that great value to your life, they're not gonna be readily available.
Right.
They're gonna be doing something. Most of the time, they're gonna be doing something.
Right. Yep.
The people who bring that real value, they're gonna be busy because they're doing other things. They have a lot of stuff going on, so they don't have time to sit on and talk on the phone 30 minutes about nothing.
Exactly.
That's just reality. So even your best five, like Jimmy's talking about in your phone, they might not be but the person you talk to once or twice a week. Yeah, because they're not gonna have a lot of time.
They're not gonna have it. Right? They too busy.
They're too busy trying to get it.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't gonna have no time.
They too busy trying to sell pies outside of Walmart.
Exactly. They too busy trying to write their book. Come up with a drink. I'm gonna hit you right back. I got a thought I need to jot down or whatever. I get back with you. Hey, no problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, man. So look, dream killers. All right. Identify who they are and understand that sometimes it's a family member. All right? Probably 99% of the time, all right, it's a family member. All right, they just keep draining you, killing your dreams, telling you can't do that, you won't do that, you're not gonna be able to do that.
Correct.
You're not good enough to do that. All right, anyone like that in your circle today, I'm telling you, I guarantee that as soon as you cut them off, watch how your life change. As soon as you cut those folks off, as soon as you stop telling everybody what you about to do, what you finna do, and you just put your head down and do it. All right, and then when you put your head up, it's like bam, here it is.
Don't come to you.
I'm tell you. I heard some this guy I was listening to. He said and I think I may have mentioned this in the first episode. 6 months.
That's right. You say give them 6 months of consistency and discipline.
6 months. All right, take 6 months every day on your 15-minute break at work and just write. All right, don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about how you put nouns, pronouns, and all that stuff together. Don't worry about any of that. Just dump it. All right, just do a brain dump. Okay, and I promise you, once you get that out, once you take it to someone, they will put it in chapter form. They will edit it and make it go together and all that stuff like that. Right? Stop using what you don't know as an excuse for what you know already.
Correct.
All right, stop using what you don't know. Stop using the fact that you don't have a business plan to hinder you from selling pies. All right, you don't need a business plan. All right, you got the business plan right here. It's cut the oven to 350. It's put some sugar in there. Right, that's the business plan.
Correct. That's it. That's the ingredients. That's everything you need. But again, Jimmy, they looking for excuses. You can't, excuses that's not gonna fly. You gotta put something into motion. Again, the only people I know that's never failed is people don't try.
Exactly. All right, exactly. If you want to start a website, I think GoDaddy do it for like $10.
Yeah. They set up everything. All you got to do is fill in the blanks. Right. And now, bam, you got your own website to sell your book or sell your pie.
Exactly. And GoDaddy is not a sponsor, so we're not promoting them.
Exactly. No. We just giving y'all resources that you can use to do the stuff that you're trying to do. If you take 6 months, like Jimmy's saying, Jimmy has connections or network of people who can get this information to them people. You guys been through a lot of relationships, which is what our upcoming shows. You've been through a lot of relationships. Man, jot it down, write about it. Man, you're doing it anyway because you're telling your homegirls about it. Right. You're telling them about all your moves and what happened and what he didn't do, what you like, what you didn't like. Hey, write it down instead of talking to them. You possibly could profit off of your experience.
Exactly, right? Whatever it is that you do, right? Like your gifts, all right? As we get ready to close this thing out, right? Chase your gifts. All right, we always talk about don't chase money. Don't chase wealth, chase your gifts, right? Because your gifts is the only thing that's going to make room for you. All right, as long as you chase money, you'll never catch up to it.
Correct.
Right? Whatever it is that you do better, that you find easy to do, that other people find hard to do, that's your gift.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's your gift, whatever that is. All right, I don't care if it's nails, like eyelashes, like whatever, wigs, like whatever the case may be, right? Whether you can draw, all right, whether you can talk. All right.
Yeah.
If you find it easy to talk to people and boom, you could be on your way to be a keynote speaker.
Motivational speaker, community activist, sports show host, talk show host. I mean, whatever your gift is, there's an avenue for you to use it out there for. And it ain't just like you said. It ain't just for money. The money gonna come.
Right.
The money gonna come. If you got the best sweet potato pie in Jackson,
yep,
I would venture to say you might have the best sweet potato pie in the South.
Right.
You might have the best sweet potato pie in the Midwest.
Right.
You might have the best sweet potato pie in the whole United States, but we'll never know if you don't take that first step.
Exactly. Right.
We'll never know.
And look, here I go again, right? My bright ideas.
There you go.
Here you go, right?
Yeah, hit them with something.
All right. Bring your sweet potato pie to us.
Okay.
All right, and we'll do it on air and we'll promote it on air.
But
it got to be right now.
Yeah. If it ain't good, that's with anything. If it ain't good,
it got to be right.
It's got to be right. But again,
right.
If you think you have the best or you're good at something, despite what you think, and sometimes just like say, don't be prideful.
Right.
And just ask for help. Hey, listen, I got this idea. But again, like Jimmy said, which is a big precept to all of this, you got to know who you're talking to.
Yep.
Got to know who you're bouncing your ideas off of, but you got to know who you're talking to. You got an idea like take a line out of my guy Ike Turner. He had dreams big as St. Louis. You don't want to talk big dreams to small-minded people.
Exactly.
That ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
You need to be talking to somebody, and their first question out their mouth should be all of this: How can we do it?
Yep.
How can we do it? Well, let's do this. It should be guidance towards that goal.
Right.
Not, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You want to do what?
Right.
You think you're gonna make money off of that?
Right.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's alright, but I don't know. You any of them responses, Jimmy, to get cut the umbilical cord,
Yep.
get them out your life, keep it moving.
Right.
Because again, you guys got to understand, there's nothing wrong with trying and failing.
Nothing.
Try again, fail, try until you get it right.
Right.
I think that was episode 2 or 3. I was saying, Jimmy, what if your studio dream didn't work out in Pennsylvania? That don't mean studio ain't in your path. You might need to open it in Florida.
Right.
You might be in the wrong neighborhood.
Exactly.
You might have the wrong network around you. You might have the wrong friends in your corner. You might need to get away from the people. Yeah, it's a bunch of things that could go. But I'm just telling you, keep trying. Don't give up.
Yep. Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming.
All right.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let the country boy close this out with some motivational, inspirational thoughts. But if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough.
Bingo. Man, that's huge.
All right.
Bail.
All right. I'm gonna leave it.
Hit him again with that one, Jimmy.
Right.
If your dreams don't scare you, hit it with them, Jimmy.
Right.
I like what you said.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. If your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Right? You're not dreaming big enough. Your dreams are supposed to be so huge. And I told Dante this story, and one day I'm gonna share it on here. Right? I had 4 bank accounts. 2 was in the red. 2 was in negative, and 2 was under $100. Right?
This is true story.
And I'm transparent as it comes because
This
I
is
know
a
what
true,
it takes.
true story, people.
I had 4 active bank accounts. 2 was in the negative. 2 was under $100, and I still signed the lease on this gym for a couple $1,000 a month.
Ain't God good.
All right, because I understand that if I chase my gifts, then the Creator's gonna make room for me.
One more time, Jimmy. We got time. Just tell them again. I want you to break that down again because somebody stood saying,
Right.
Say that one more time. Yeah, how many bank accounts and all that? Because
4.
I've been in the negative, in itself, all of that. So, yeah,
Right.
hit them with that again. I like
Right.
it.
And again, no cap. I have pictures. I took pictures of it because I knew that this day was gonna come. I took screenshots of those accounts being in the negative as I'm signing a lease on a building because I knew that wasn't my destination.
Correct.
Right? I knew that was just the fuel to get me to where I need to be.
There we go.
All right.
There
So
we go.
right now you saying that you can't do this because you don't have the money. All right. You do. You have the gift. All right. All the money you need is in these hands. Like what's the movie Gifted Hands?
Gifted hands.
Right. That's all. Everything that you need is in your hands, in your heart, and in your head. All right. But if you understand that though principle, right? Your heart and your head is where it's internal. And I'm gonna get you. You get the last word.
Now you
But
good.
look,
You doing your thing.
right?
Please.
Your heart and your head is internal. The issue though is that you let external forces cut them off, cut them thoughts off, cut them feelings off, cut that wherewithal off to say, hey, you know what? This is something that I'm good at. This is something that I can do. All right, changing behavior, destructive behavior, thoughts into a positive mindset. Right, taking someone that may have gained that's not at the weight that they want to be and getting them not to where they want to be, but to pass their own goal. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm good at, right? Because I understand the change, the flip once the mindset flips, right? So that's what I chase, right? That's what I chase, and then slowly but surely, bam, bam. That's why now I can sit on here and say, I don't care what your kid's situation is. I don't care what your time situation is. I don't care what your finances are. If you have a weight loss goal, all right, come holler at your boy. Because I ain't trying to get rich off your money. I'm trying to change your life. So, because look, this how I see it, right? Each one teach one.
Correct.
Right?
Just one.
Right?
Just enough.
So if I can do what I can to get you to where you need to be, right? And then once you get to where you need to be, what's gonna happen? Then you're gonna go to somebody else and say, hey, now I can get you to where you need to be. Right? It's kind of like when you go through Starbucks and you pull up in the window and they be like, "Hey, the people in front of you already paid."
That's right.
And you be like, "Okay, well, I'll pay for the people behind me." Then,
Correct.
right? It's the same concept.
Same
right?
dynamic.
It's the same mindset.
I built my business on that word
right.
of mouth.
Right, word of mouth.
And everybody didn't put a good mouth on it.
Right.
You know, everybody not gonna put a good mouth on it.
But all right, I'm off my soapbox, man. Go ahead.
Nah, man, you doing a great job. I think that was a hell of a point. I mean, people need to hear that. I was gonna talk about something else in my final thought, but I'm gonna switch it because you said something that hit me about internal, and it goes with the relationship episode that we have coming up with our special guest. I'm gonna say it this way. Another one of the generational curses, and I don't mind saying it, and I hope you guys listen to this real well. When we were younger, we were taught we wanted a beautiful woman. She had to have money, and we prefer her with no kids. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that again. Ladies, men are somewhat taught. Beautiful, money, fine. You've heard guys or women say to other women and guys, "Man, why you leave her? You used to be with her."
Right.
Because everything was about the outside. Similar to what you said about your inner peace. Mm-hmm. So what I want to say in the final thought is, not only for the ladies, but for the men. All the things that you're looking for, the reason why there's such a disconnect between men and women on certain levels is because what you're looking for, the things that matter, they're going to be on the inside.
Right.
And to take that a step further, I'm talking about my number one thing, which is loyalty. I'm talking about caring. I'm talking about promoting you. I'm talking about bringing you peace.
Right.
You can't get any of those things out of a picture showing your behind, cleavage. Mm-hmm. What are you showing them?
Preach.
That is why the disconnect is so hard.
Right.
And us as men, we find it hard to let a fine woman go.
Right.
If you listen to men, and men are being honest, that fine woman was a headache. I know I just hit some toes, but that fine woman was a freaking headache.
Talking to somebody. Right?
That woman that got all that money, she was a headache because she was hell to deal with that money. Mm-hmm. But that woman that brought you peace, she listened to your dreams. She promoted you. You knew without a shadow of a doubt, if you get sick, she had your back. You knew without a shadow of a doubt that if you fall, she was going to be there to catch you, and not only catch you, but promote you to get back on your feet, to go even harder. Mm-hmm. That is why men don't know what they want, and women don't know what they want. Mm-hmm. So you don't know what to look for.
Right.
Because we're attracted to everything with our eyes first.
Right.
But again, the stuff that's going to sustain you, ladies and gentlemen, is on the inside of that person.
Yep.
That money can't buy.
Right.
You can't purchase the stuff I'm talking about.
Right.
You can't purchase peace. What store can you get peace from, Jim?
Not one.
You can't purchase loyalty.
Sam Walton family.
What store can you buy loyalty from? How many of you guys can honestly say the person that you're with, if you got down or if you got sick, okay, they were going to be there for you.
Right.
If they're in your life, they're there for a reason. Notice I haven't said anything about money, sexy, looking fine, no kids or whatever. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that thought. The appearance and the outside is great, but the things that are going to sustain the marriage, sustain the relationship, sustain where you guys are trying to go when times get hard, them looks, that money and all that, it's not going to sustain it. And that's just a segue into the relationship conversation, because you said something about inner peace, Jim, and I don't want that to go over people's head.
Right.
The stuff that's in you, can't nobody see it. So when you telling those dream killers your dreams and they're shooting it down, cut them off, because they can't see what's inside you.
Right.
So I just thought I'd use that. But I know, man, we just going deeper on so many levels that I'm hoping and I'm praying that somebody out there is receiving some of these, Jimmy, whether we hear it or not. And I know there are, because I've gotten feedback on stuff that we talk about and we do.
Right.
But the internal, what's inside? We attract with our eyes, but we need to make decisions with what's inside. And we wouldn't have all these broken homes and things we're dealing with now, which we're going to get into the next show. Right. But man, look, this has been I just want to say this is been one of my favorite shows, because Not only did we give you guys entrepreneur abilities on the simplest level, you wasn't charged $199.
Right.
You wasn't charged nothing for it.
Right.
So the point is that when you go home on this Friday, like Jimmy said, we gave you the steps. We gave you blueprints. We told you how to identify your gifts. We told you how to eliminate people in your circle. That's not meaning you no good. So that means when they call you tonight, just instead of going out with them, just say, hey, now I got something to do. And what
Right.
you got to do is jot down what we talked about.
That's it.
That's all I got for this
That's
Good
it.
Friday. I got to get these kids to, what's the name of Blue Bayou.
All right.
Man, my pocket's hurting already.
And they make it so easy now, man. All you gotta do is talk to text, right? You just talking in your phone, it'll write down for you.
It'll write it down for you. Absolutely, Jimmy. Just record
and convert
yourself.
it to a Word document.
Man, I needed some people like you in my circle when I was younger, Jim. But see, I'm pretty sure you like me, Jim. And that's why another thing I like about us being transparent is we're trying to tell y'all there was a time when we were you.
Right.
There was a time when we were broke, didn't have a chance. The man just shared to you guys a personal on the NSF. I know some people right now personally, accountants in the negative.
Yep.
I've been that person.
Right.
So, man, it's just a wealth of knowledge in this show today, man. I enjoyed it.
All right, y'all. Hey, like I always like to say, man, pray, have faith, block out all the white noise, or AKA cut the umbilical cord, and always, always, always bet on self. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Y'all be blessed out there.